hurtling through the absolute freezing darkness of the outer solar system. A tiny metallic emissary carries a profound human legacy. Deep within its chassis lies a small aluminum capsule containing the ashes of Clyde Tombaugh, the visionary astronomer who first discovered Pluto in 1930. He passed away before humanity could build a machine capable of reaching his distant world. Now his earthly remains are traveling past the very planet he spent his youth searching for. For nearly a century, Pluto reigned in our imaginations as the icy, mysterious ninth planet at the absolute edge of our maps. But just as humanity finally prepared to visit it, the cosmos shifted. In 2006, international astronomers reclassified Pluto, stripping it of its planetary status and designating it a dwarf planet. It became a cosmic outcast. Yet, this did not deter our curiosity. This is the definitive chronicle of the New Horizons mission, the fastest spacecraft ever launched from Earth. It is a story of a lonely, beautiful pilgrimage into the deep dark, a journey designed to show us that the true value of exploration lies not in the labels we give to worlds, but in our courage to look upon them for the very first time. To cross the multi-billion-mile abyss to Pluto before its thin atmosphere froze solid, humanity had to build a speed demon. On January 19, 2006, New Horizons tore into the Florida sky atop a colossal Atlas V rocket, propelled by a raw kinetic fury never before seen in the history of spaceflight. It cleared the orbit of the Moon in a mind-boggling 9 hours, a journey that took the Apollo astronauts 3 full days. Moving at over 36,000 miles per hour, it was the fastest object ever launched from Earth. But even this breakneck speed was not enough to reach the edge of our solar system in time. Just over a year into its voyage, the probe made a calculated rendezvous with Jupiter. Diving deep into the giant planet's gravity well, New Horizons stole a fraction of Jupiter's orbital momentum, executing a flawless gravitational slingshot. The maneuver slung the tiny explorer across space, shaving 3 entire years off its transit time and launching it into the silent, uncharted desert of the outer solar system. Beyond Jupiter, the true test of endurance began. Ahead lay an uninterrupted 9-year cruise through an ocean of absolute nothingness. To preserve its delicate electronic components and save precious power, mission controllers commanded New Horizons to do something extraordinary. It was put to sleep. For nearly a decade, the probe drifted in a state of electronic hibernation, spinning slowly to stabilize its trajectory through the quiet void. Its onboard computers remained dark, leaving only a tiny, primitive heartbeat circuit alive to monitor its health. Once a year, The explorer would briefly wake up, send a fragile stream of data back to Earth, and plunge back into its lonely slumber.
On Earth, generation of engineers grew older, waiting in quiet anticipation.
Signals from the probe took hours to travel back across the expanding gulf of space.
The sun faded from a brilliant ball of fire into a piercing, cold needlepoint of light.
New Horizons was completely alone, a solitary mind dreaming in the deep freeze of the cosmic wilderness. On July 14th, 2015, humanity finally arrived at the gates of the Underworld. After traveling 3 billion miles over 9.5 years, New Horizons woke up for its final high-stakes encounter. Because the probe was moving too fast to enter orbit, it had only one fleeting chance to capture the data. A single collision with a stray pebble could instantly vaporize the mission. As the spacecraft drew closer, the cameras focused on a world that astronomers had previously only seen as a handful of blurry pixels. The images streamed back to Earth in real time, completely shattering our expectations. Pluto was not a dead, cratered ball of ice. It was a spectacular masterpiece of natural beauty. And there, stretching across its equator, was a feature that captured the imagination of the entire world. A giant, pristine, brilliant white structure, shaped perfectly like a heart. Officially named Tombaugh Regio, this cosmic heart was an explicit message from the universe, proving that even the most distant, forgotten corners of our solar system could hold breathtaking wonders. What New Horizons discovered on Pluto completely rewrote the rulebooks of planetary science. The left lobe of its great heart, a vast plain known as Sputnik Planitia, is a massive ocean of frozen nitrogen that is actively alive. Driven by a faint trickle of internal heat, the ice slowly wells up and cycles over eons, erasing impact craters and renewing the surface like a living, breathing geological engine. Floating atop this exotic nitrogen sea are monolithic mountains made of pure water ice, towering thousands of feet into the sky like colossal icebergs. Volcanoes that spew slushy ice instead of molten lava scar the landscape, while fields of methane snow coat the dark, ancient crags nearby. As the spacecraft flew past and looked back, it captured a final, unforgettable view. Pluto, backlit by the distant sun, draped in a delicate, multi-layered blue atmospheric haze. It revealed a complex, dynamic world wrapped in an ethereal sky, challenging our very definition of what makes a planet vibrant and active. Pluto does not wander the rim of our solar system alone. It travels with a dark companion that is a marvel in its own right. Its largest moon, Charon, is so massive compared to its partner that the two do not orbit one another. Instead, they spin around an invisible point in empty space between them, locked in a perpetual face-to-face binary dance of gravity. To human eyes, this distant companion spans just over half the diameter of Earth's moon, yet its frozen sphere holds an unexpected landscape of pure violence. New Horizons revealed Charon to be a world of stark, rugged violence. A colossal canyon system rips across its equator, stretching 4 times longer than Earth's Grand Canyon, and indicating a past where the moon's internal oceans froze and shattered its crust from the inside out. At Charon's North Pole sits a dark, rust-red stain known as Mordor macula. This eerie feature is formed by tholins, organic molecules escaping from Pluto's atmosphere that are trapped by Charon's freezing winter poles and cooked by raw solar radiation. Surrounding this binary pair are 4 tiny, chaotic sister moons, tumbling erratically through the dark, completing a fragile family at the edge of the sun's kingdom. Leaving the Pluto system behind, New Horizons did not stop. It plunged deeper into the Kuiper Belt, a vast, frozen ring of ancient debris left over from the formation of our solar system. This visualization reveals the staggering scale of this cosmic graveyard, mapping the vast distribution of billions of icy fragments drifting in absolute stillness. Pushing past the known planets, these data-driven models bring the dark framework of the outer rim into pristine clarity, charting a region forever frozen in time. On New Year's Day, 2019, the probe made history once again, encountering the most distant object ever explored by humanity, a tiny world named Arrokoth. Floating 4 billion miles from Earth, Arrokoth looked like nothing we had ever seen. It appeared as a bizarre, reddish contact binary, resembling a flat, primitive cosmic snowman. 2 distinct, smooth lobes had gently joined together at the dawn of time, without destroying each other. Arrokoth is a pristine time capsule. Free from the destructive heat of the sun and untouched by cosmic collisions, its structure has remained completely unaltered for 4.5 billion years. By gazing upon its smooth, joined lobes, New Horizons allowed humanity to look directly back at the very first building blocks of planetary creation, capturing the peaceful infancy of our solar system. Today, New Horizons continues its endless, silent journey into the great unknown.
It is currently pushing past 60 times the distance between Earth and the Sun.
Looking out from the absolute boundary of the heliosphere into the vast interstellar medium.
With each passing year, its nuclear battery slowly decays and its signals grow fainter. Sometime in the coming decades, its electronic heart will grow cold, its transmitters will fall silent, and New Horizons will become a drifting phantom, a beautiful ghost ship, coasting through the eternal twilight of interstellar space. Yet, its mission is already immortal. Inside its frame, the ashes of Clyde Tombaugh will continue their endless voyage across the stars, carrying the insatiable curiosity of the human spirit into the galaxy. For a brief, miraculous moment, this tiny explorer turned our lonely, distant outliers into a home of breathtaking wonder. We are the cosmos looking back at itself, privileged to leave our eternal mark on the grand tapestry of the infinite dark.